Welcome to Transfusion, your #1 source for all things transgender. Our new episode is Safety Behind Bars with Branday Fox. Tune in Thursday at 7 p.m.
Come on, Branday.
Branday Fox.
What happened to the rest of it?
I didn't get to clip it. That was the only one I got. Then I got an outro. Keep going.
Welcome, y'all. Welcome. We are here, Transfusion, which we are every Thursday, and will be every Thursday from now on. Anyway, we are ending confusion about transgender. Yes, that's why we're here. And today we're going to be talking about the safety of transgender women behind bars. We are having a special guest with us, Branday Fox. Thank you for joining us. And of course, we have our other hosts, Sister Polka, Sister Lachey, Sister Chloe, Miss Miko, and Branday Fox. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, ladies.
You want to go first, Brandy?
Okay, I'm Brandy Fox. I'm originally out of Dallas, Texas. I now currently reside in the Houston, Texas area. I am a published author, a food truck owner, and I'm strongly advocating for awareness both outside of prison and in prison to bridge the gap and stop the recidivism. I am digitally looking for allies to join me in this battle because we need visibility, we need transparency, we need accountability, and we need safety to know that our truth is respected and not neglected.
Okay. What are some of the bigger issues that you find?
Hold on, before we get in the show, we got the intro.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't jump in the questions.
I'm an ally.
Okay. Come on.
Okay, we're doing introductions. Well, as y'all know, I'm Lachey Weeks. I am a proud trans advocate. I have been all my life, just going through all the experience of being trans, it makes you want to definitely speak up for, what we've been through. I am the co-founder and co-owner of a Black-owned day spa here in Dallas called Love Thyself Day Spa. We're all about wellness and giving back to yourself, which is the name Love Thyself. And I'm just really glad to be here and be a part of the show with all my sisters.
Amen.
Y'all know I'm Polka from Dallas, Texas. I am the co-founder and the CEO of House of Rebirth. I am the founder of the Transparency Program for Better Prosperity. I do advocacy work publicly, locally, and also nationally. The people that you can call for resources when it comes to trans housing, trans resources when it comes to STD, STI testing, mental health counseling, substance abuse counseling. If I don't have the resources available for you, I will reach out to all my colleagues, my sister, my personal network, my professional network to make sure that the trans community have exactly what they need.
Amen. And Chloe.
Hey, y'all. It's the DOLL. The Dallas Dog. I'm a verified service provider of the bunch. No, I'm I'm here in the mix, ready to get this shit juking or whatever. How y'all doing today? I'm trying to get myself
Okay, so time out. Next time I come on y'all podcast, I know how I'm coming.
Yes. Come on, she got
Let's
the
jump
guns
into this
out.
conversation because there is a lot to talk about when it's concerning trans women and how, especially in this administration, how they've been treated, some of the ways that, people are pushing when it concerns transgender women. There's an attack on transgender women in this country right now. And so they don't really care what happens to us in prison at this point. What are some of the main issues that you find happening right now that we should discuss as it relates to trans women in prison? Sister Brandy.
First, I want to say we have to get out of this stigma of everything that's wrong, we're blaming it on Trump. It's a progression. We have to start as a whole of what we will and want to accept from heterosexuals. Because for so long, we have allowed ourselves to be the novelty, the butt of the joke, just to be accepted. Every time that we're on public spaces, it's always we're the joke, or we're the pun, or we're the fantasy of it all, and nobody's respecting us and looking us eye to eye intellectually. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's looking at us. They're behind the scenes getting our style tips. They're behind the scenes getting our knowledge, but then in public, we don't get no acknowledgement. We're just the gay friend. You know what I'm saying? And they're quick to mispronounce our names. It's not with the administration, it's us as a culture of what we're allowing people to do to us. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop allowing things to be that.
Mm-hmm.
And it
So you feel like
and it,
the problem lies within the community.
yes, because we allow so much stuff. 90% of the trends that I know, we suffer from low self-esteem because we're ostracized out the gate.
Yep.
Before any girls look like the Barbie dolls that people fantasize about, we're ugly ducklings. And with that you be getting terrorized, you get ostracized, you get made fun of, and that triggers your mind. You get rejection before you even get accepted. You get family rejection, you get job rejection, community rejection, relationship rejection. You know what I'm saying? So we condition our mind that we have to take whatever it is that people put out just to get a little bit of acceptance, just to have a little conversation. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
Yeah,
we
but
have to realize that, bitch, we are enough.
so let me challenge you to that, Brandy, because I hear you say it's the culture and stuff, but I also want you to think about the systems. A lot of times we wasn't being seen and being able to be visible until we start showing our ass, until we started uh,
That's
uh,
right. You feel that?
out these niggas and stuff like
Huh?
that. We didn't really have
Okay. Let me
access
know.
to a lot of the things that society norms have had access to. We had to show our ass or go on a Jerry Springer and stuff and be a laughing
Hold
matter.
on,
And
you trying to throw a dick at me? You left for me?
I mean,
Am
kind of
I
like
only
what
been on Jerry Springer?
kind of like what you do, but you ain't never been on Jerry Springer. You've been on Chasing Dallas.
I've been on Jerry
Oh,
Springer twice.
So
But
same.
what I'm saying is we have to start it from the beginning. When we come out, no girls is sitting down and telling the young Pocahontas, the young Miko, the young Brandy, the young Chloe, girl, you're smart, go to school, don't prostitute. Girl, you're smart, go to school, don't write checks, don't boost. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody never pulled my coattail and told me I could be
The right way.
trans and be smart with a degree.
Mhm.
They made it seem like, girl,
This is the only
traders willing to
way.
give you XYZ for some head. Traders willing to do XY. They based everything around the culture of do this for trade. So we
Mhm.
alter our bodies, we alter our minds, we alter our frame of thinking just to be susceptible for trade. Instead of some girl saying, girl, I've been down that road you've been down. I have 3 felonies. You don't need that, sis. Go to school. It's not too late. Your stuff is still written in a pencil.
What happened?
You can erase it before it get permanent with a pen. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? So because we condition our minds, that's all the public has ever seen of us. Is the check writers, the boosters, the credit card people, the prostitutes. So before the public actually see, oh, she's intelligent, she can complete a whole sentence. I've not already told them you can get me for a quick visit.
Mhm.
I've not already stole all their stuff before they can even find out that I am smart, that I can work the register instead of stealing everything behind the register.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to condition our minds to stop wanting to place the blame and start taking some accountability and start taking things into our own hands and start educating ourselves. You see all the advocacy programs that we got going on now that's telling the girls that they're enough. When I came out,
Yeah.
only thing the girls was telling me was go over into this black market silicone, girl, get your body right, because girl, you ain't gonna make no money if you ain't got no titties.
And
Girl,
go
you
on
ain't
that
gonna make
good
no money if you ain't
spring.
got no ass. You know what I'm saying?
I
Girl,
agree with that, but I think that there are two parts to that because, as you can see, that what you're describing is a subsection of us. There are those of us who went to school, those of us who decided to work instead of hoe, those of us who did just like there are trans women in the White House now. We have made those kind of strides, but we cannot deny that there is an administration that has rolled in that has amplified some of the hate that has already been geared towards us when it comes to trans women in sports, the very few trans women that are trying to be in sports. They've amplified that to a whole group of us, like we all trying to infiltrate women's sports. This administration has pushed, and what you have to understand is what comes from the top is systematic. So whatever they say at the top, the rules they pass down are going to affect all of us, including those of us who are in prison. And as long as they're trying to push this hate, then it's not going to help those girls who are trying to be in the public realm, who are trying to work real jobs, who are trying to be in the corporate sector. All of anything they hand down from the top is going to affect us like that. And that's the reason why I mentioned the administration. But I do agree that there is in our culture, or in the Black girl culture, at least from what I see, because now you have a continuation of this Jerry Springer type girl on the dolls. Girls being on television just to fight each other and not in a positive light. And we're still trying to get that kind of fame and that kind of
Because girl, when you strip all that away, if you tune in and you don't know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? These are like grown men fighting with body parts. Like y'all are stripping wigs off. Y'all is going down to the bare minimum of looking like Cletus. And y'all are fighting like men. Like y'all are squaring up like men, showing all your manly attributes. Not one time are y'all telling girls where to go and get hormones. What's the benefits of injections as opposed to pills? What's the difference between castration? What's the difference between implants? You know what I'm saying? Where's the places? That's the thing that they should have took their platform and did. Because now y'all are making it seem like.
But that don't make money. They're not going to do it. It don't make money.
They want to see.
And the privilege that this generation has that we didn't have is they have access to like the internet where you can go and learn things about who you are, all these different things. Are people trying to do those things? It sounds good to like be able to say like, yeah, this is what's happened. But then another thing is that all of us are made different and all of us show up different. A girl might want to be a boxer. It's not a certain type of way that trans looks. And you can't like just be like, because this girl want to be getting, we all.
But that's where the problem lies. When you give a person so much under the umbrella, stuff gets murkied. Because when you say trans looks different for everybody, then you have bearded queens going into the women's restroom that feel entitled to say, I'm trans. And when Mary Jane says, I disagree with that, you're presenting as a male with makeup on in a women's restroom. At the end of the day, you're violating her personal space. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I agree.
So when girls go, I'm gonna piggyback that to say this. When girls catch cases, I've been to prison 4 times. When girls go to prison, the amount of positive attention that they receive, it trumps going out to the world and staying out in the world. Does that make sense?
It's very affirming in a way, in a sense. And for
the amount of attention that you will receive in prison from men that are breathtakingly beautiful will overwhelm you. I've seen girls that look like shade tree mechanics come to prison and get treated like Beyonce.
It's a different
Sign
world.
me up.
It's a different world.
I mean, what other options do they have?
Because when they come to prison, now they could be themselves. Now they're getting told that whatever they're presenting is okay. Now you have somebody telling you he loves you unconditionally and ready to fight the world for you. So you don't give a damn that you doing a 20-year sentence. You do it. Because you with him for my man.
Do he fight the world for you in the free world or just behind bars?
Where man is
You'll be surprised, girl. I've seen boys literally knock the captain, break the captain jaw because they disrespected they homosexual. Like literally.
But that's inside though. What Pocahontas
No,
is
I've
saying.
seen dudes go to visitation and tell their wife, hey, this is who I'm with. You need to put this person on your visitation list. Get to know them out. So it's stuff that you will see in prison that will blow your mind.
But let me pose this question, because I think what Pocahontas is saying, yes, if a nigga know he got a life sentence or a 20-year sentence and he finna be here for a while, of course,
5 years,
I've seen
2
niggas
years,
pull out for
bitch.
2-year sentences.
Hello. Yes, come on.
but then they get out and still in the world. Now that they have access to the world.
One thing you
It's
will find out
2026.
is you cannot fight attraction.
It's 2026.
That's true.
So if a man is standing across the room, if he in a crowded club, if he at the church, if he in prison with a life sentence or 60 days, if he's attracted to you physically, that's a mental fuck that he finna have to work out in his head. But you can't get past that fact that he was attracted to you initially.
Now the attraction ain't the T.
But the thing
It's the
is,
respect it's the respect that comes along with it. That's the
It's
T.
what we allow. Because
Fuck
we, for
respect. I
so
don't need no
long,
respect.
we've been okay with Trey calling us at 11 o'clock, saying, I'm finna pull up, what's up? Who all over there? You know, we accept all that because we turning and Trey coming over and getting our
But you
shit.
still be feeling like you be telling that girl, stop shaking your head.
oh, my trade is all of them are very well trained and very respectful.
They have certain cue times that they can come.
Girl, we've all had our days. We've all had our days where we was the midnight mistress. All of us.
Yeah.
Because before Trey was saying yes in the daytime, he was saying grease it up at night. And we was okay with that.
Also, that goes along with maturing and understanding your worth and growing into the woman that you are. Once you get to the woman that you are, you stop accepting certain things.
Oh. Okay, you have to refresh it. You have to refresh it. Refresh, Randy. Tell her to refresh.
I need to refresh.
Go down and come back up. Go down and come back up.
I can't hear.
Refresh.
Go down and come back up.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear now.
Okay.
Tell her to refresh it.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear Miko.
You have to go down.
Yeah, I can't hear Miko.
Can you hear me, Pocahontas?
I can hear you.
Yeah, tell Brandy she has to go down and come back up.
I can hear you too, Brandy.
I can't hear nothing.
Okay.
Tell Brandy she has to go down and come back up.
Go down and come back up, Brandy.
What that mean? How do I do that?
So let me see if I can do it for you. Okay. What about now?
Miko?
Can you hear me back?
Can you hear her?
Can you hear me now? What is happening?
Do she have to go out and come back, or
she has to? Everybody's frozen. I can hear you, Miko.
I can hear Shay. Chloe, let me hear you.
You have to hit the refresh button. Hit refresh.
Me?
Now everybody's frozen.
Where do I do that?
Like okay, so like just close it out and then re-click the link again.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
I can't hear you no more. Fuck. Okay, everybody close out and come back in except for Poker.
I can hear you, Shay. Let's see.
Oh, girl. Let's.
It's that ghetto shit I be telling you about.
Can you hear me?
See, I can't do it. It's not working. It's Poker. It's Poker's problem.
I'm
I can hear Pocahontas.
I can hear all y'all.
Technical errors.
Can you hear me?
The host can see.
It's just I can hear Miko.
And then maybe we'll come back to it.
But then again, I am also on the desktop.
Can you hear? Y'all can't hear me?
You can't hear Miko neither?
No.
I can hear both of y'all.
Oh, what's happening?
Okay, say something now. Brandon.
I can hear you. I still can hear you.
I can hear both of y'all.
But you can't hear Miko?
No, ma'am.
I'm gonna try and refresh again.
She refreshing, but I can hear her.
Chloe, can you? Can I hear you, Chloe?
You can't hear Chloe neither?
No.
Girl,
That's cool. Had this ever happened?
Girl, it happens all the time. I don't know why Chloe got us on this damn thing. It's Chloe's fault. She the problem.
It's not me. It's Lachey.
Chloe the
Because
problem.
once Lachey clicked out, it fucked it up for everybody. Can you hear?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Okay, here we go. We good.
Okay.
Don't nobody else leave. Don't let nobody else up. God damn. This is the
Okay, now what you were saying, Miko?
No, I was saying that what you were talking about the self-esteem earlier and how we all start off with self-esteem. I think that those midnight being the grease thing at midnight, all that comes along with maturity and understanding your worth as a woman as you get older. Because as we get older, we stop accepting that. That's why you have this whole movement against DL men, and girls, stop fucking with DL men if you don't like them. And so we have this whole movement. But I think that that's something that comes with maturity and understanding who you are to begin with,
But
and
see, now
you have to accept.
you have girls like Pocahontas. You have other girls that are actively in relationships that's showing girls, yeah, Trey will do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when we came out, Poca and Miko, y'all know for a fact.
I'm in a relationship behind the closed doors. In the public, I'm single.
She ain't got no man.
No, but I'm saying when we came out, the girls, when you seen a girl with Trey, living with Trey, that was like, girl, she was like the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because
He finna call me
I had
next.
examples of that did
He
that.
finna call me next.
You remember when we used to go to the Champion Lounge, the first one I was exposed to was Miss Tanya and her and old boy that used to be together in a series. You know what I'm saying?
Jody
And
always
Jody.
kept her husband.
And Jody, right.
And Shakim kept too.
And Kim kept it. Yeah, she did.
How she always keep a man?
They say my sister got good pussy. I don't know.
What?
You know what? Your Honor, strike that from the record for irrelevancy.
I may be thinking nothing different. I don't know what this hoe be doing.
She be doing something.
So with that, I started an initiative, and we're about to open up the first ever LGBT community in prison. So where they have a safekeeping wing. If you've ever been to prison, they have these pods that's called the God Pod. It's a religious-based program, and you have to be some form of religion to get in it. But they get all the perks. They get coffee. They get free world TVs. They can paint their dorm the way they want to. They got outside volunteers that come in and do stuff religious-based. Same thing with the veterans. For people that's been in any type of military, they does the same thing for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what we're about to start is the first LGBT community based program where when they come in, they'll be on safekeeping, but they'll have outside people like Pocahontas is signed up. She's going to come down. The Mahogany Project, Impulse, where we're teaching them how to be comfortable in their skin and navigate being in prison, and how organizations like Pocahontas and other organizations will welcome them and show them, hey, you don't have to be recidivism. You don't have to reoffend because you don't know how to figure it out. Because when a lot of people, when they go to prison, because of their case, stuff gets exposed. Their homosexuality gets exposed. So now they have a new normal. Some people fall in love in prison. Now they have a new normal. And when they get out, the keys that was fitting doors when they went in are now locked. You know what I'm saying? And so when you get out, not only are you having to deal with homelessness, not only are you having to deal with being an ex con, now you're having to deal with being a homosexual openly in the United States. Yeah, I need somebody like a Pocahontas. I could call it, just be like, girl, what do I need to do? First, you need to do X, Y, Z, and keep them level-headed. Because the first thing a person would think to do when they get desperate is
reoffend.
Amen.
Right. That's true.
And they'll find their old people that they was hanging around with and say, girl, I tried that shit. Fuck that shit. I ain't doing this. Give me a checkbook. Or girl, give me a credit card. Or girl, let's go boost. Or girl, Mister, give me some money so I can post me an ad. Put all of that.
Yeah.
When Pocahontas can show
they
them.
want the training starter pack. They want the starter pack when you get fresh out of jail. Oh, I hate it.
When people like Pocahontas can show them, girl, we can get you in school. You can take a vocation as a trans girl. You can start doing this and doing that. Waffle House will hire you. McDonald's will hire you. We want that to be all inclusive to where when they get ready to get out, they are so confident that they can face the world, that they're gonna be good.
Right. Yeah.
Another thing, another facet to it is people don't know this, but a lot of people get raped in prison
Mm-hmm.
while being incarcerated. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You come on the tank because a lot of men in prison have that mind frame because you're gay, you've got to be ready for sex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So over time, these people are trauma based. They've been dealing with child molestation that they've been bottling up. You know what I'm saying? Some
Yeah.
people are forced homosexuals because they got so used to being fucked and molested growing up. They think that's the norm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They
So
start
they
thinking,
bottle it up. They bottle it up. They bottle it up. We want to provide that avenue where you can come to the Chloe. Chloe come in. Chloe could talk to them. They might see something in Chloe that resonates with them, or something in Miko that resonates with them, and they can talk. Chloe can pull them off to the side. They might want to share their story with Chloe. They might want to be able to say, Chloe is an ally that I have when I get out. She going through the same transition I want to go through.
I'm
You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm
ally.
saying? To look out and see somebody that look like you and know that they're making it, it
Mm-hmm.
could be okay.
Right.
mm-hmm.
You know
And
what
the
I'm saying?
thing,
Because
and
when
I
I
didn't
came out of
know.
prison, it wasn't nobody is standing in front of me telling me it's gonna be okay. You got this shit. They was telling me, bitch, Macy's is lovely now, bitch. You can go in there and you can wear it out. Or girl,
Yeah.
BCBG got the newest this. And I my pressure has always been for me. I've always been anybody that know me from Dallas know I've always been a fashion girl. I love the newest fashion. I love being on top of whatever's new and cutting edge as far as fashion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always led me back and forth to prison. This is the first time since 2002 that I've been out of prison this long. In
Mm-hmm.
October, I will be celebrating 8 years.
Amen.
No
Congrats.
tickets, no trouble, nothing. You know what
Amen.
I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I thank the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Now I be scared. Like when girls be talking about doing crazy stuff, because I had to make a conscious decision with myself. Hey, I don't want nobody around me that don't have nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Because somewhere I had to realize somewhere I have a friend that's relying on my friendship to get them through.
Mm-hmm.
So somewhere Pocahontas is responsible for somebody being just a little bit okay. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the text, whether it's the reads, whether it's to come and take me to get something to eat, whatever it is, Pocahontas' friendship is detrimental to them. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't let nobody come in and that's reckless, that don't have nothing to lose, jeopardize what I got going on. Now I can't be the friend to Pocahontas that she known me to be. Because
Mm-hmm.
now I'm over here fighting bonds and fighting cases when I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
you'd be
And
surprised.
it's
Those type of relationships is things that keep me grounded, and so many people like me grounded because we become responsible for so many. It'd be important that we get it right because we become the example of what it looks like when you presented an opportunity to do something
Right.
different.
Right.
and it feels good when people can rely on you being out. Ain't nobody gossiping about you going back to jail. People telling you how proud they are of you. Girl, that warms my heart when people tell me, girl, I'm proud of you, you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? With everything, you're gonna get your failures, but I'm free.
Right.
Amen. Amen.
You know what I'm saying? And girl, it's I see other people that I used to do hustling with, they're still fighting bonds, still starting fresh sentences. And it's just like, okay, when is you gonna be tired? You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
trying.
Then we got to understand people might just be okay with going to jail. Sometimes
Because they
jail,
make it so comfortable.
you know
They
what?
make it so comfortable.
I done heard a lot of people say, I get out and it's where some of my sisters, they don't tell me that they go back and forth into jail and stuff. That's the only place they feel safe. They come out and visit to catch up with the girls and have a little kiki and everything, but they go back to jail because that's a place where they feel safe and where they find love.
That's institutionalized. They know what jail is. They know how it
It
works.
don't necessarily be. It don't even. And Miko, I'm gonna take it a step further. It don't even be the institutionalization of it all. It be the comfort of acceptance, because you get more acceptance in there. Believe it or not, I'm talking about from staff on down.
Get down.
Staff will
Get down.
call you girl. Staff
Get
will
down.
call you
Get down.
she and her and your girl name, and they will respect you like real women in prison. You know what I'm saying? So, girl, it's I'm telling you, where we was coming out of here and you was meeting Trey to have 3 and 4 baby mamas, he living with a bitch, and you can only get the dick every Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays when he available. If he ain't on family time, you go in prison and Trey is telling you, baby, you got
24/7.
all of me. 24/7. Good,
24/7.
bad, and indifferent.
You ain't going nowhere, baby.
Baby, I got 10 suits. You can have 9 of them. I'm going to go hustle with this one
And
suit
a honey
and make
bun.
some more for us. Girl, that overwhelms you.
I'm gonna make a spread tonight, baby.
But
Yeah, but
that's a,
you don't get the perks of being in the free world to a movie night where you
But
get to
what? But
shopping.
when girls is in there and they
There's
in
movie
that type
nights.
of trance, when you in that type of trance, what is there to go?
what, Brandon? What you got? You see her?
No. No.
Oh,
Her phone probably died.
oh, okay.
But there she go.
Miss Brandy girl, don't where she go?
Here she goes. It's finna start glitching. We back into the ghetto.
Yeah, now Miss Brandy girl, don't get up in her being a new businesswoman and become not a new businesswoman, but a businesswoman with this Motorola girl.
No, somebody was calling me. Somebody was calling me.
Oh.
But girl, it's like that will overwhelm you. You leave Trey the next day. He come to Chow or wherever y'all meet up at, and he got your name all right here.
I got a name nigga tatted one day while I was in jail on my hands, bitch. No shade. One day. One day, bitch.
But that goes along with our desperation for trade.
I wasn't desperate.
If your transition is based
in
on
love.
Not even
trade, then
just
I can
trade,
completely understand that.
just acceptance period.
I was in
But
love.
here's the thing, though. Even for heterosexual people, even for say those men that are in prison, those straight men that are in prison, it's easier. A lot of them end up going back to prison because it's easier because they're not out here having to fight to pay bills. They're not out here having to, you know what I'm saying, fight and be responsible for themselves.
If
And
they're a
that's
bum,
what being a grown adult is, being responsible for yourself. If you're not out in the world doing the work, you're basically cowering into this life where everything is going to be easy, everything is going to be, and that's to me what institutionalized is. You are used to everything being easy and simple. Life ain't supposed to be simple for everybody. We supposed to be out here fighting. That's how things are changing for trans people. That's how we're changing for trans people until this administration came. We were fighting to get these rights. We were fighting to be seen. We were fighting to be heard.
So is the fight over? Is the fight over now?
No,
Now
the fight is harder. Now the fight is harder.
but I will say,
But
in the
Miko,
environment,
this is one thing that I want y'all to understand, and I want all your viewers to understand. Y'all think that it's easy when you come out here to find jobs.
No, it's not.
So, I stopped doing my food truck last August, right?
Mm-hmm.
From August to this month, I have tried to get jobs. I'm not talking about just jobs like randomly. I'm talking about people in management have said, hey, we got your job. I've been hired at jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have been denied 17 times because of my background and this.
Mm-hmm.
On paper, they got my government. So I get the interview,
I
get
have
the
the same
time,
problem.
all that. Get there,
They're like,
but they use your background to be the reason why they're saying no. But I be there at job interviews with sex offenders. white boys, Mexicans, they get hired all day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
I've seen it, and I don't even have that background. I used to. One of the reasons why I left
I can't
the.
hear none of y'all.
Oh
You
Lord.
can't.
I
Here
Poker,
can,
we
say
go.
something.
I can hear you.
I can't hear none of y'all.
We back in the ghetto. Here we go.
Because let's say keep jumping in and jumping out.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna have to do it again, y'all.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear
No,
you.
yeah.
We
I
can
can't
hear
hear none
you.
of y'all.
So maybe you might have you go
Yeah,
out and
you do it. You do it. Refresh. Sorry, y'all.
One of the reasons why I left
Can
the
y'all hear
working
me?
field.
Say something.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, babe?
I can't hear y'all.
She has to refresh.
Let
She
me
has
go
to,
out and come back
yeah.
in.
One of the reasons why I left the job field is because I was working a job and working it wonderfully, getting high marks because I was good at customer service, especially on the phone. But because months into me working this job, with me using the women's restroom and all, one female decided she didn't like me and decided she wanted to make a fuss about me using the women's restroom because she thought her boyfriend was looking at me. And because of that one female, she went to the boss, and the boss told me that, well, someone complained about you using the women's restroom, and so now you'll have to start using the men's restroom. And I was like, well, y'all hired me like this, and y'all, you know what I mean? And so I stopped working then. And then when I did try to go back after I went to school, I started trying to apply for jobs again. And at that time, I had my name and gender marker changed. And, oh no, I'm sorry. When I first started applying for jobs, I didn't have my name and gender marker changed. But when I would go in, I would tell them, okay, well, I'm a trans woman and all that stuff. And they'd look at my resume and everything was all good. I didn't have a criminal record, so it wasn't nothing they could use against me, but I would never get the job. And I know it was because of the trans thing. So I get how hard it is for trans people to get jobs, unless you're in one of them states like New York, where they have all of these safeguards and have all of these things in place for trans people. But
so
every
imagine
state
trying
ain't
to
like
get
that.
a job coming out, one being trans and with a background.
Well, see, I had a job. I was at HC Supply. I was a quality control manager, and they fired me because they said I was a distraction. And mind you, I got hired on as a butch queen, and then I started transitioning and stuff, and I started wearing the hair and the nails. And it was like this dude was on the forklifts, and he had ran into the bleachers, and they said it was because he was watching me. And I was like, bitch, what they got to do with me? Bitch, this was back in like
Oh, wow.
2018.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I ain't
Damn.
never worked a real job since then. I stopped working after that. I said, bitch, fuck this shit. Start straight to prostituting.
So in that, and that's what I mean by it's all systematic, because these are things that are handed down from the top. Even when we're working on ourselves and trying to improve ourselves, we still have to contend with the rest of the world that still looks at us a certain way. We still have to contend with these jobs that we're trying to go out and get, jobs that we're educated for, jobs that some girls go and get degreed for. Now, like for instance, Shannon, she went and got that corporate job. Miss Thing went up in there, got Miss Bobo. She went up in there, got that corporate job, and was soup fish going up into the umpteenth floor to work with the folk. And because she was trans, of course, she started getting all that bullshit. All that they wouldn't even let her focus on working the job, which she knew how to do, because Mama is smart. She knew how to do it, but because of her transness, and she had to end up essentially leaving that job. And so, but those are the kind of things we have to contend with all the time, even when we're on the right path and doing the right thing and trying to do everything the right way. We still have to contend with that because of the country we live in and because of how we're viewed in general society. So a lot of that is just a general bias against trans people. It's not necessarily about how we present, because of course we have girls that present crazy, that promote this crazy idea of what trans is, the fighting and the craziness and the prostitution. But we also have girls that present the right side, the politically correct side, the side that they expect us to present, and that's still not even welcomed.
I'm going to tell you what I'm blessed at. The thing that I'm blessed at the most is that God saw that although I could be so mentally sound in my mind, I feel like I'm mentally sound. He provided me with an awesome support group.
Mhm.
And the support group that I have around me now, I have a best friend that lives in Colorado,
Mhm.
and I have a fiance. Between those two and the people that I've met, both heterosexually and in the gay world,
Mhm.
and even, excuse me, and even my family's positive reinforcement. Like, Miko, you know my Aunt Ho.
Yeah.
Before she
Yeah.
passed,
Yeah.
before she
Mhm.
passed, they saw me.
Right.
And what I tell people all the time, what I used to tell Trade in prison, and I often tell people out here, anybody can love the fantasy of Brandy,
Mhm.
but it take a confident motherfucker to love Brandon. Because you have to learn to love Brandy and Brandon. Because when you're just in love with the fantasy of Brandy, when we walk out that door, you're going to subscribe to the fantasy that people are going to believe that what you see as Brandy is Brandy too. So as soon as somebody don't see Brandy and look through it and see Brandon, you get paranoid. I want somebody in my friendship, my relationship, my family ships to be confident in Brandy and Brandon. Does that make sense?
All the
Because you
sense.
have to love both of them in order to be able to function with me. Because you're not going to always get Brandy. Sometimes I'm going to be in Brandy mode. Sometimes I'm going to be on 10 and I just can't get it. You know what I'm saying? When I'm my natural self,
I
I
don't think
want you to be able to love me unconditionally.
Yeah.
But see,
I think it's
as
two
long
levels
as
of Brandy. I think it's Brandy that Brandy is, and the Brandy that we make
Try to put
ourselves.
off in the world.
Yeah, but I think it's the same person. But what I think you're saying is a person have to learn to love all of you and not just what the world sees.
not the fantasy of
Because
it, but here's the
Because
thing.
boys, when they
I've
get with
known.
us, or your family, when your family see you, we so used to getting beat to go around our family. We so used to giving our family the glamorized of us, and we make everything look like it's our shows and
Mm-hmm.
popping with the bags and this. But no, I want my family to see me on them days when I'm not feeling good. I want my support
Yeah,
circle to be able to call Miko and say, Miko, girl, bitch, I don't feel it today. Bitch,
yeah,
I
I'm
But
because my auntie pulled me aside and told me, "Girl, on all your pictures, you look really, really cute, but when you come around here, they don't never be put together."
let me tell you this, and one of the things that were important for me is for my family to understand that genuinely that other person never really existed. I've always been Miko. And I'm going to say that to you too. You were one of the first ones I met. And we talking about when we was what, 17, 18, 19 years old. And you were always Brandy. Even no matter how you look, no matter how you were going, you were always Brandy. And I think that we need to understand that that is who you are. You've always been Brandy, regardless of whether you feel good or regardless whether you're dolled up. It's always Brandy, and so that's what my family it came to understand, that the other person was just a name. Miko is who it's always been, and so when I
no.
come over
What
and
I'm
I'm not
saying
glammed
is,
up and I'm not
I
dolled
don't
up,
want you to base your love for me or
Off of
your
just off the pretty.
well,
thank
no,
you, Chloe.
but
Because
that's not it.
they get so romanticized with the fantasy of, oh, she gonna be beat every time she come over. She gonna have the latest hairstyle. She gonna have this on. She gonna have that on. And then on them days when you
Hair in a ponytail. Yeah.
no
But see,
lashes, now
that's
they
me
looking
most of the
like, well,
time.
what's going on? What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing
That's
wrong with me, bitch. I'm chilling. You
that's
know what I
me,
mean?
but that's me 90% of the time. With my do rag on, scarf on, just no makeup on. That's me. But even then, it's always Miko, and that's why I would go around my family in do rags and do it, because I want you to understand that regardless how I show up,
Ain't shit
I'm
changed.
Miko. Ain't shit changed. I'm still Miko, and that's what's important to understand, that I'm not a dual personality. I'm not this person sometime and then Miko sometime. I'm always Miko, regardless of
And
how
see,
today.
I met my fiance. We met in prison,
Uh huh.
right? We was together in prison. I got out. Fast forward when he came home, he found me. And we've been back together ever since, 3 years. God bless.
Amen.
But it is such a blessing between him, my best friends, my aunts, and like my friends of a circle of friends that I have, my core friends. I used to be, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I used to see Pocahontas and I'd be like, damn, Pocahontas know everybody. She fuck with everybody, but you don't know shit about Pocahontas.
Mm-mm.
And I was wondering, I'm like, damn. So then as I got older and I started moving certain ways, because I was always so used to getting out of prison, bouncing back on the scene. I gotta be Miss Brandy, everybody know me, boop, bop, 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 bop. But no girls really know me. Like no girls really know where I stay. If you know where I stay, if you've been to my house,
You
you a
found
real, you on an inner level type situation. You
Mhm.
know, you can know of me, but it's not many girls that can say they know me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Hey,
I'm real
Sonya.
passionate about my friendships because when girls get into that level with you, because we have always been combative and always feel like we have to fight, sometimes we do the most damage to each other.
Yes.
Some of our biggest hurts have came from other girls. You know what I'm saying? And I've never been a pick me girl. I've never been a girl that felt like I had to compete with no other girl. I've never been a girl that turned other girls down to get myself up ahead. I've always did my stuff on my own lane. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
And when you see some of the hurt that come with being girlfriends with girls, you be shying away because a lot of the love that I receive, like my core circle, are heterosexual people.
hmm
Bitch, they get it.
Mine too.
They get it. You know what I'm saying? Once they recognize what you are, what you about, y'all at face value. You know they straight, they know you gay. Y'all can coexist, and it's love. I got close friends that's men that love me. Anytime I do something, they coming up, they showing out. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
And girl, when I got my food truck, it was like a prime example of how the community fuck with you. You know, Pocahontas was one of the only ones that reached out and said, girl, come over here. I'm gonna put some money in your pocket. She paved the way and everything.
Oh, I remember that at the what you call it.
the
Yeah,
field.
that was me
Yeah,
at the rec day when we
at
had
the
the
rec
field
Yeah.
day.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of girls was under the impression because I'm saying come out and support meant buy a nacho. Bitch, you didn't have to buy a single nacho. My husband made sure I was straight. I
Mhm.
just wanted the bitch to just show up and be like, girl, what's
Right.
up, bitch? Keep me company in between slinging a nacho. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And I try to advocate being as supportive as I could be.
I made sure
Whenever
you.
I hear girls got something going on, I am the type of person I'ma show up. If you send me a flyer, if you tell me, because I'm blundfish, I ain't on the internet like that. If you tell me, hey Brandy, I'm doing this, once I hear that your mouth, it becomes sincere to me and I take it seriously. Anybody that know me know I'm a punctual person and I'm sincere. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, I ain't no halfway bitch. I'm a all the way fuck with it, or I don't fuck with it at all, and I'm gonna let you know I don't fuck with it and why I don't fuck with it, because I want you to leave me alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've
Right.
never been an in-between girl. And I take my friendships real, real seriously. Like outside of Chloe, everybody on this podcast, I've been knowing y'all 20 plus years. We literally grew up together.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when I first met Miko, when she was wearing the short blonde Eve hair. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? And I was so into my transition. Miko used to look at me and be like, girl, I can't see how you do it. I'm just comfortable doing this. But as time progressed, us hanging around, she seen that it ain't as bad as everybody make it out to be. Because
hmm
we came out in the Jerry Springer, Maury Povich,
Yep.
Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones, where as soon as you tell Trey, I'm this, here come a chair. Or Trey run across the scene and hit you and all that. Then when we start going down to Champion Lounge and
Yeah.
Mamas and, you
Mhm.
know, breaking the scene up, me and Miko would be in the middle of the daytime. Full beat. We thinking we turning it. But over time, we got our respect. I had
Yes,
to
we
dust
do.
a couple of asses off,
Yeah.
but we got our respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
true.
those are things that I'll never forget, which leads
Yeah.
me to me writing my book.
Yeah.
Me and Miko was actually in 2000, we was involved in a murder trial. Because everybody hypes up, and I'm not discounting Malaysia, because Malaysia is her own person. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But before there was a Malaysia, it was a way more worthy of cause in Tanisha. Tanisha was
Mhm.
the first one that I knew about that was a
Right.
trans girl gone too soon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Malaysia came way later
Yeah.
because Tanisha was out when we had Fur Oaks, when the
Hmm.
girls had to really look like something to actually be able to walk the street.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
girls now, all you have to do is just post a couple selfies and say I'm trans, and boys will say, okay. No, back then, you getting chased. You
Yeah.
getting water gun. You
Yeah.
getting Trey pulling up and asking you how much, and when you come to the car, they snatching wigs and driving off.
But
Brandy,
y'all,
you remember? Hold on. Do you know the
y'all
first
went
time
through all that,
I
girl?
actually where I actually met you at?
Hmm.
Where I seen you at was we was on Park Road, and you just got stabbed, and what's called came out there with the
Oh, when I
gun.
found Rashida.
Yes, and what's called came out there. That's when I first actually got to see who you was. And I was like, oh, but she don't play. I said, oh, she don't play.
And that's so outside my character because like she at some point you're like bullying me, like you keep messing with me. Like I don't mess
Yeah.
with you, you don't mess with me. What are you speaking to me for and doing? And so when I got the best of her, girl, she went and got a blade. And when we started out
Bitch.
round two, I didn't know when we fighting and I'm tagging her again,
All you see
she's
is blood.
literally
You
cutting
just see
me.
blood. All you
Yeah,
saw was
she's
blood.
literally cutting me. But so when Tanisha
That was
was
the first time I got to meet. I got to see who you was like, cause I had seen you in the clubs or whatever a little bit, but I think you had probably been in and out of jail or whatever, or just not been out there like that. But that was the first time I actually was like, it was like, you know, Brandy. I was like, oh, I just seen her. Yeah.
like when we went through the murder trial, the bond that me, Miko, Nicole,
Lachey.
rest in peace. Lachey, the bond that we formed, because we went through some shit. Do you know we was being having to be
I want
escorted?
to let me bring Shay to this because I wanted to talk because I know this is a conversation that all y'all, this was an experience that all y'all shared together, and I want to make sure we stay on topic with the jail stuff and actually talking about like how this happens with us, especially for us who don't have people in our background and our support system that know how to maneuver through all these different type of situations.
Hmm.
I want to hear kind of because some of the stuff that y'all went through, I kind of went through with Malaysia, and I turned over, and the route I went was I can't say it was the cause of Malaysia death, but if things would have been done differently, Malaysia probably still would have been here today. And I just want Shay to be a
And
part.
I feel like we what happened with Tanisha, if we would have stopped Tanisha instead of glamorizing what she was doing, she would be here today.
If
Mm-hmm.
you had a, if we had a went along with her, because remember you
Because
were
I'm not
invited to
even
go
supposed to.
along.
This topic is so serious,
Mhm.
Pocahontas. I shouldn't even be looking at you right now.
Mm-hmm.
It was two sissies in the car blocking us in. The reason why I'm sitting here talking to you. For
Mm-hmm.
real, for real. Your mama could tell you. Sally could tell you. Literally, me, Miko, and Sally and Tanisha was at the brick when they had
Mhm.
moved it to Wycliffe. We were
Mhm.
sitting backstage. Me being the girl that's always on top of stuff advanced. I was the only girl in the group that actually had a cell phone back then.
Mhm.
Everybody else had pagers.
Mm-hmm.
So when Trey paged, when Tanisha paged Trey and Trey called back on my phone, he asked Tanisha, do you got a homeboy? I mean, do you got a homegirl for my homeboy? He gonna be staying with me all night, which wound up being Smokey, which who wound up telling everything. I initially said, yeah, I would go.
Mhm. Left and came
Right?
back.
I got in the car, and because those two sissies was talking to somebody outside the car, they was blocking us in. I had time to sit there and think about it. And I said to myself, girl, I'm not gonna go because if I get over there and Trey is ugly, I'm gonna be stuck
She
with
sure
Trey and I'm
said
gonna be
that.
ill.
She sure said that. She came back to me. I said,
Tanisha
"Girl, I
exact
came out."
words to me and Tanisha's exact words to me and Miko when I got out the car because Miko came outside and she was standing right there with me. Girl, I'm gonna go and get into Miss Lachey. Lachey like ugly trade anyway.
Yeah. Sure
We
did.
told we told Tanisha right then. We said, Tanisha, Go get Lachey first before you go and get Trey.
Yes, we did.
She said, girl, I got it. And I never forget it. She turned on Ludacris, opened that sunroof, and she said, girl, what's the worst that can happen? I'm pussy. And she shook her titties at us and she drove off, and that was the last time I seen her.
Last time we ever saw her.
Because she didn't do what we told her to do. She thought she was that fishy. She went and got the boys first.
Mm.
And then went to Shay.
And then by the time they got to Lachey is so used to living in her truth. When she see Trey trying to talk to her, she tell Trey, boy, I ain't even got no pussy. Boom, instantly. Trey was like, oh shit, because he had the gun. He goes to Michael and like,
Trey didn't care. Trey got in there, and while she was trying to get ready in the mirror, was jacking off on her.
Because that's how they got him, his semen. And by him just getting out of prison, his semen was in the DNA system. So when he goes to Mike and telling Mike, man, why you didn't tell me? Like, he's happy. He not telling her, like, I'm finna expose you like it's some bad shit. He telling him, like, why you didn't tell me? Mike was like, what? But by Tanisha playing this game all the time of tricking boys, she just thinking in her mind, Trey done spooked her tea, let's take them back. They get in the car. Trey got the gun. He get in the front seat with Tanisha. Lachey sits behind him. Smokey sits behind Tanisha. They ride and Trey turns. Man, why you didn't tell me that whole ass shit? Lachey, in her mind, she's still playing the game because this is the game she plays all the time. Oh, Trey, child, whatever. Trey pulls out the gun and shoot her right there while she driving. And anybody that knows Tanisha knew Tanisha drives.
So Lachey was in the car when she got shot.
Lachey was in the back seat. After he shot Tanisha,
Lachey jumped out.
After he shot Tanisha, he turned around and started shooting up the back seat. Both Shay and Smoke had to jump out that goddamn car.
And Lachey ran and got in the bushes and got naked. He running back and forth by Lachey, looking for Lachey, and Lachey is right there. He come back to the car because by this time Tanisha's like this in the seat.
Somebody calling her.
Lord.
Oh, wow.
Lachey to jump on.
That she had to jump out the car and hit it. And then after he get out the car, couldn't find Lachey, and Smoke done hit it, he go back to Tanisha and shoot her again. Because she was still moving. He shot her like right here. And she saw the gun, so as she was turning, she went to open the door, and he shot her, and she fell out of the car while the car was still moving. She was on the floor. Smoke and Lachey hopped out and started running. He shot at them while they were running. Saw she was still moving because she was still kind of moving.
Trying to gather.
Shot her again in her face.
But girl, guess what's so ironic? You did all that. You went to a murder trial in all that and got right to the county jail and went right to the punk tanks and married Alizé.
Sure did.
You did all that. You unalived this baby. And you had your family in court literally about to fight me and Nicole because y'all are trying to convince us. My brother knew what my brother knew what that was. That's why he killed him, because they was trying to trick him and to the point where we had to literally, me, Miko, and Lachey and Nicole are having to be escorted to our car by the U.S. Marshals.
Because they walking out in front of us, threatening us. His whole family is walking out of the court in front of us, threatening us, calling us all kinds of names, giving us all this extra shit. Because I was the first one that had to testify and identify that boy, and it had been a month to a couple of years since I had even seen him, and I only saw him for a few seconds. So I had to identify him first, and when I pointed that boy out, his family acted a fucking fool in that audience.
Mind you, it got so bad, they was cutting up so bad to where they couldn't be inside the courtroom no more when we was in there testifying. When me, Lachey, and Miko testified, they couldn't even be in the courtroom anymore.
They were in there when I testified.
When she testified, they was in there for her, but they cut up so bad, they tell them no more.
They said no more. No more.
That's crazy.
And what's so funny about it is the nigga he was fronting for, Smoke, is the one who told the whole tea, got on the motherfucking stand and told all the business.
Mind you, we didn't even know it at this time. Tanisha's riding around in a stolen car.
Mm.
We didn't know this. So when they got our fingerprints by Miko going to jail for some criminal trespass, a bullshit case, her fingerprints was in the system. Mine's really was in the system because I had just had a fight. No, I had no felonies at this time. But I had a fight downtown with Miko. When me and Miko was downtown, I had tow trade ass up and got a CT. So I had my fingerprints was in there. So when they pulled my fingerprints, they came to my sister's house and was like, "Do you know this person? Were you in the car when this person was?" Wait, what are you saying? Huh? I called Miko. I was like, "Miko, do you know that Tanisha's dead? Trey killed her?"
No.
No.
We found out the next day, remember, because we
Yes.
went to the Champion Lounge and they said, y'all know that girl that left with y'all died.
No, you didn't. But we didn't know. I didn't know. You know, we didn't know till that morning when the detective came to my door and started trying to talk to me.
It was that next, because remember, after we left the brick that night, we went to the Champion Lounge the next day, and somebody at the Champion Lounge said, you know the girl that was here, because remember, we met Tanisha at the Champion Lounge that night.
Yeah, because she came up, and when
She
when she drove up, she was in a brand new Maxima, and we was like, oh, she turning it. It was a brand new Maxima.
Somebody at the Champion Lounge said, you know the girl y'all left with y'all died.
See, I hadn't went to the Champion Lounge. I found out because the detectives came to my house. And that's when everything started trickling. Because they got smoky DNA off of Lachey panties. His semen was on her panties. As soon as they found him, he told everything. He told where the mama lived, everything. And the mama is the one that turned him in. His daddy and his sisters and all them, they was on his side, but his mama turned him in. Because when he came for Thanksgiving, the mama had him set up. The SWAT team came down on him at Thanksgiving. She told him to come get a plate, and they swarmed in on him.
The one who killed her.
Yeah.
Got in prison and showed
years.
Mary Alizé though, because Alizé said, "No, girl, I knew him. I knew a girl. You know, I was.
I'm finna send it to you.
They gave him 85 years.
Sure did.
So from that, I took that story, and I made a story up about what would happen if we took matters into our own hands and got revenge ourselves. And I wrote a book, well, 2 books, part 1 and part 2, about.
I should have asked you for a link because so I could have posted it so that
let's see.
But
Let's see.
back to the topic, because I wanted to talk about something you said earlier, and I wanted to get into some of this. One of the things you were talking about were programs that, like, for veterans, programs for like religious people. When you have a tank and with a program like that for trans and LGBTQ people, I think it would be beneficial also that they be allowed to continue, because that would also help them when they get out into the world, to continue their transition if they were on hormone therapies, if they
do that in prison.
So they are able to continue, because I know that there was a lot of
when you come into prison now, you get 2 bras, you get your hormone therapy. Yeah, you get your hormone therapy. Officers are not allowed to strip you in front of other inmates. Because, you know, back in the day, an officer could say, get out of them on the sidewalk in front of everybody.
Yes, they do.
Now they have partitions up. You have the right to say if you want a male or a female to search you. They're putting, but so this is another wrinkle to the whole situation. What I'm gonna have Pocahontas do is, in the next month, I'm going to fly her up with me, and it's a girl named Marissa Miller. Have you ever heard of her?
You met her before. That's my auntie. The one come down when she got the movie.
So I'm gonna get Pocahontas and a couple of other people. We're gonna all fly up to Chicago. She's gonna show us how to make everything that we're talking about into a workbook. And when you come into prison, it's gonna be surviving as a homosexual. So when you come into prison and they ask, do you need safekeeping? Yes. Here's this pamphlet. It's
Okay.
going to have contact information for Pocahontas, contact information for the Mahogany Project. It's going to have resources. It's going to have what to do if you feel like your life is in danger, who you could talk to. But we also have to
And that's
piggyback it
really
with,
good because it's a lot of girls who know us and what we do in the community. But what about those who don't have the support and don't have community around them that don't do nothing but hang around heterosexual people that don't have that type of support? So that's really good that you're doing it, Brandy, because I know a lot of girls. When I went to jail, people was just they didn't have no support. They didn't have no friends. They never been a part of the gay community.
because they find a sexuality, they truly find their sexuality in jail.
Right.
Because a lot of people grew up, oh, that's my homeboy, and on the cool, I'm sucking his dick.
Mhm.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Because in our community, we have a stigma of growing up when a little boy, as soon as he show any form of femininity,
He done been touched.
oh, he gonna be gay. Oh, he gonna be a faggot. Oh, he's sweet. He this, he that. And y'all chastise him and y'all make him ostracize into being his authentic self. But a girl, oh, she going through a tomboy phase. And y'all are fostering. Y'all are buy her tennis shoes, allow her to wear pants, hoodies, all of that. Play with the boys, play basketball, all of that.
Yeah.
If a boy want to be in cheerleading, he a faggot. But if a girl play basketball, y'all at every game cheering her on, wearing her jersey,
Right.
all that. Nobody's never stopping to ask that girl, do you like girls?
Mhm.
Have you been touched by a boy? Have a boy bullied you? Nobody never stopped to ask me growing up when I was being feminine, have you been touched? Have somebody did something to you that made you feel uncomfortable? Nobody never did that. It was don't ask, don't tell, and make it go away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I want the program to make them feel comfortable and have the confidence to start those conversations with their families,
Mm-hmm.
how to talk to them. And a lot of families will be okay with it if they see positive reinforcement.
Mhm.
Once they see Miko going to school, regardless of what your gender is, regardless of what your sexual orientation is, you're doing something progressive. You're doing
Right.
something positive.
Right.
I can get behind the positivity of it all.
Right.
We'll worry about your sexuality later because people have to learn how to separate sex from reality. What I do in the bedroom, that shouldn't. What I eat don't make you shit.
Mhm.
But if I'm doing something positive in the community, how can you be mad at me with the House of Rebirth? How
Right.
can you be mad at me when I'm stopping girls from prostituting? I'm getting them off the street and giving them a place to stay
Right.
because that same girl that I'm getting off the street probably could have robbed you because she was desperate.
Uh-huh.
You probably was working at Macy's. She probably could have hit you over the head to steal some Michael Kors purses.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So instead of making it a bad thing, embrace it and see how you can help it.
Yeah,
Because it don't take nothing to help us.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I want them to be confident to know, yes, you are in prison, but it's not the end of the world. Because
Something.
there's so many times I got out Pocahontas, I thought it was the end of the world. I thought my only option was prostitution, stealing, or doing some type of stunt work. That's my only options. Nobody never told me, Brandy, you should be a stylist.
Mhm.
Brandy, keep writing. You know how to write. Brandy, go to school and learn your real estate. Nobody never said that.
Right. And then coming out, not having the support of your family, not having supportive friends. That's even worse because then you stuck getting back into that because you don't have nobody can say, "Here, sister, just stay on my couch and figure it out." Till you
Yeah.
get to be at a place. You
And
have to
that was my ain't hope.
come
That
back.
was my ain't hope. Miko meant my ain't hope.
That was
I
Loretta
don't
for
give a
me.
damn what I do. My ain't hope was riding for me.
That
Yes,
was
she,
Loretta for me.
yes, she was.
And that meant a lot because you know, we stay in fucked up relationships and fucked up situations because we never had a prototype of what love looked like.
We
So
from a
we steady trying to fill that void and stay in fucked up situations because we don't have an example of what love looked like. But it starts with our families.
we
You know what
get
I'm
it
saying?
on the
It look
relationship.
like Beyonce and Jay-Z to me.
Girl, keep it right.
So when I become girlfriends with a girl, I try to show them I love them. I support them. You know what I'm saying? Let me hear what your dreams are. If Pocahontas say, I want the house of rebirth, how can I help?
Yeah.
Mhm,
How can I help you make that better than what it was?
mhm.
Even if it's just chunking ideas with me. Because I'm gonna give you, and me and Pocahontas have had like 2-hour conversations where we just talked about just the house of rebirth and different ways to structure it and different because I believe in Pocahontas.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Everything else becomes like merch. Everything else becomes merchandise after that. Because I'm subscribing to Pocahontas. I'm a fan of Pocahontas. I'm a fan of Miko.
But
So
it,
anything that they do, I subscribe to that.
Right.
but you know the mission. You know the purpose of it. You know where it come from. It ain't just coming from, oh, let's make some quick money. It comes from a girl being a part of the struggle, finding her way out, and bringing other girls out of
There
it
you
too.
go.
Oh, me. That's me.
She's still a prostitute.
I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find a way.
I'm a girl. I'm
Boy,
here.
I can't take you seriously because I ain't looked at you all this podcast. Come on, do your thing.
Hold on. No, my I'm trying to find a
Girl,
way.
she over there working now, girl. That's my
I
girl.
know. Don't
Okay,
tell nobody.
she
Make
give
your
me like that tray with that one profile picture. I can't take you seriously.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know if this really you.
I
No, it's
have.
But you
me.
know what? I also want us to work on things that make the outside world seem more palatable to girls. Because one of the things that we were talking about is how girls find it easier and how it's more, it's easier being in there because you get out, you have to contend with, family who won't accept you, not being able to find a job and all this. When we create programs that have lists of the jobs and connections of these jobs that do hire trans people, that are looking to hire trans people, so that when they get
But
out,
that
they can
start
have.
internally because we have to stop getting in these spaces and fucking it up.
Well, hire me for the food truck so I don't got to be a prostitute no more.
You can buy it. I ain't doing it no more. I'm on real estate. You can buy it. That's my commercial. Want a food truck? Got it.
Got it.
But we have to create spaces where we're not just tolerated, but we have to create spaces where we're the trendsetters.
And
You
we're
know what I'm
thriving.
saying?
We're opening up doors.
Yeah, because
Hey,
we keep seeking for acceptance in the community from the straight people. Bitch, we need to be like the Jews. Bitch, we need to be like the Mexicans. Bitch, we need to do it within. You see Mexicans, bitch, they be 20 deep in a 1 bedroom, and then you look up a year later, bitch, they own the whole block. Everybody got brand new trucks.
and we still got some growing pains to get over too, because it's so hard. When I started House of Rebirth, I wanted nothing but Shamiko tell you and Shell tell you, I wanted nothing but black trans women working and doing everything. But because as a community, we become so jealous of a person. Why her, not me? It was so traumatizing. I have lost strong friendships and everything. It was like a battle, and it was some people I thought I really had close bonds with. It became like issues
Because
because
bitch, we be stuck in this crowd syndrome where we don't want to see one get out the bucket. So we
Mhm.
gonna pull her back down. Like it's nothing for me to say, Miko, you're beautiful, and want the best for you.
Right,
It's always gotta come with a but, a and, a
right,
comma. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Bitch, if
Miko,
I
you cute, but girl, I turned it better. No. If we can all collectively be 4 bad bitches. So if
Yes,
I see something wrong with Pocahontas, we all collectively should come together and want to see Pocahontas get on the level. We should
amen.
all collectively want to see Chloe get on her level. You know what I'm saying? And
because
then we band up.
all of us eat. All of us eat. No matter what when one of us win,
Bitch,
all of us win.
life is a buffet.
Mhm.
Hello.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We all got enough. It's enough at the table where we can all eat and everybody get full.
I
I ain't
agree.
gotta steal none of Chloe portions.
Mm-mm.
Exactly.
Cause what's for Chloe is
I'm a
for Chloe.
I'm a vegetarian now. No, I'm just playing.
Just shut up.
No, I should. As your sister, I should want to push the plate down there to you.
No,
Girl,
I
get
get it.
full.
I
Girl,
get
get
it.
full, Miko.
Yeah,
Girl, Miko, I heard about this over here. Let's go get this.
right.
Hey, Poker. I heard they handing out clothes. This could help the girls at the House of Rebirth. Or girl, let's do a toy drive. Or hey, let's band together. Let's use your food truck to do job training for girls coming out of prison.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
say.
That's what we need. That
That's
is the
what we
program we
need.
need. A job training, something that we can prepare girls to go on out into the world and feel like they can go out into the world as the
That's
women.
the hardest transition. Is transition over from getting quick money to doing that, to like to wanting to go back into 9 to 5, to slowing it down. That's the hardest part.
Yeah, it is. It's a hard transition, but it's a
But you have to be
transition
But
that
girl,
you have to make.
the
You
But it's
girls,
possible. It's
have to
possible.
really want to
the
do something.
girls, let me tell you something about sex working. The girls glamorized sex work when I first came out. Every girl wanted to make it seem like she was making her quota. She was making this every trip. Girl, I don't know no girl, and I will stand on this with 10 toes, that ain't took the 50s, that ain't took the 60s.
Hello.
Ain't nobody in that room with you to see you take that 60. Cause
This is the hard
baby,
truth. This is the
cause
hard truth.
baby, 12 o'clock is gonna be here before you know it, and they're gonna be telling you, oh,
Took
it's
out
time
the
to check out. It's time to check out.
I'm so glad I ain't been in house room in like 6 years.
Cause if no girl was taking those 50s and those 60s, tricks wouldn't still be calling and asking because they would know the norm is the 100, the
Thank
200,
you.
and the 300.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Girl, there is some girl that's doing some Burbank special somewhere.
Oh, bitch. And you ain't lying.
I'm screaming. Clock
That's what I
it.
do. That's what I gotta do.
Okay, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Make sure you are correct.
And see what me looking at it from a 44-year-old as opposed to what I was looking at it as a 24-year-old. Girl, why is you 15 years in the game still posting ads if the game is so good?
Now the thing is, some girls like to work.
And see, that's when it transitioned from like you had girls like Nicole. This wasn't just no job for you. You are a nympho. You are a sex
Yeah.
addict. So
She
it
was-
translates
that's what-
differently.
She was very much a nympho.
And some girls do sex work because regular work ain't working for them as far as they don't get boys on a normal basis. So the attention that they get from the sex working is good for them.
Or they get sex work because it's just a job they want to do.
Survival
Or
sex working.
Some
They do
girls
sex-
like it.
Or
I
they
know
do
some girls, we all know collectively love it.
There are some girls who do sex work for the convenience of it. When I say convenience of it, it means number one, you're your own boss. You're not clocking into these people who don't like you. You don't have to be around these people who have control over your life, who really don't like the fact that you're trans. You can just not have to deal with that level of shit.
Kind of, but you still have to. They still control if they're gonna pay you or if they're showing up when they show up and stuff. So you still have a boss.
I mean, you still have to, but you're still your own boss at that point, though.
But are you? Because you don't control your schedule. You losing sleep because you got to be up for them times. You got to wait for a trick to call. So you really ain't in control.
Kind of.
I mean,
Because I'm telling you, the time consumption that it takes to, I ain't got the bandwidth. Like they was like, girl, do OnlyFans. Girl, them OnlyFans clients was calling me and telling me, oh, you ain't got enough pictures, bitch. I know you motherfucking lying, bitch. I got 100 pictures. I said, baby, you want too much? You want too much for a $15 subscription? Talking about stand on your head. Stand on your head and put your pinky in the air. I ain't doing all that, baby. But I don't need your 15, baby. You good. No.
All right.
Put your big toe in the camera and then make it turn to the left and then wink at me.
Oh my God. They don't be giving all this, I know.
Girl, those people are, girl, you'll be surprised. You'll see something that come in there and look like Norbit, and then to ask you some crazy shit. You eat ass. Show me the person that ate your ass before I
Well,
do it.
bitch, that depends on what kind of what side of OnlyFans you on, bitch. Because I was on OnlyFans and
No,
I
I'm
was
talking about
posting what I wanted
clients.
to
I'm talking
post.
about
Yeah, them
sex
clients.
workers.
Okay, about
There was a time when I first started
redirect.
OnlyFans.
Redirect. Let's focus on the jail system.
Huh?
We got to redirect to the jail system.
Yeah, because we keep getting off the.
It's just
We got so much
We
to
keep
talk
flying
about.
right off the
There's so much to
subject.
talk about, though.
Now, but okay. So one of the
where
aspects I wanted
jail
to
could
talk
be
about prison.
bad. It also is good if you go down there and you let it give you the nutrients that you give. Because being in jail, I learned myself. Like, when you're in jail, you get so used to what you want out of a relationship. You don't really know what you have to offer. I didn't know before I went to prison. I didn't know what I had to offer in friendship. I didn't even know what being a friend looked like. I didn't
Mm.
even know what being in a relationship looked like. I didn't even know what being a family member meant. I didn't know what being responsible because in prison you learn to live on a budget. So you learn how to manage money. You know what
Then
I'm
I
saying?
get stripped out from all the materialistic stuff that you carry around, from the bags, the purses, the hair, and everything. And the
Yeah,
person don't have nobody but you.
And
that's
you
true.
learn a tougher mentality on how to be okay being alone. Because it's
Is
gonna
it?
be days that you're all alone mentally. Like even though you're in a population full of people, you still could be mentally alone. And I know Chloe, you and Pocahontas, you know what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
you could really feel like, what the fuck? What am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I gonna do with this new reality? You know what I'm saying?
That's
Mhm.
So
everyday type thing.
yeah. So then when you come out, some people go to prison and they family didn't even know that they was this extent of gay. You know what I'm saying? When they go to pack up the houses, or when people start finding out the property and stuff, or going to their court trials and they see mug shots, you living as a whole girl. I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
Or you then they start seeing your arrest records when they go to bond you out. You got prostitution cases.
Mm-hmm.
All those are realities people have to deal with when they come to
I actually,
prison.
I'll never forget the first time I got arrested, and I had to call my mom and tell her to come pick me up. I was getting released from Lulu, and I said, please bring me some sweats and in a jacket or whatever. She's like, for what? The bitch didn't bring it. Bitch, I walked. This is the first time my mom ever seen me dressed up as a girl. I walked down the step the ramp of Loose Eric, bitch, in some pink glitter heels with some pink booty shorts and a motherfucking red wig on, bitch. And my mom was gagging. I said, you stupid bitch.
That part.
She said,
That
"Oh, this
part.
how you want to dress?" She said, "This how you want to dress? Oh, this how you gonna go report to your probate to your bondsman? This is it." I said, "Oh, girl, you got me because at the time I was hiding my girl clothes in the trunk of my car, and she wasn't seeing me like just like all the way up in. I got arrested shoplifting. But
And see, that's a bond. That's a bond that I would never be able to replace that me and Miko have. I went through Miko. I was with Miko with her transition.
mhm.
I was with Miko when she was going through the mental struggles of, do she really want to do this?
Mhm.
I seen all of it. I went from Miko being just a pretty boy that liked to play with makeup to
She was a pretty boy.
beautiful, bitch. Miss Thing, big thing, a beautiful bitch. Girl, Miss Miko would get in that mirror and paint and be so sculpted, bitch.
Mhm.
Bitch with that lip ring, with that Eve blonde hair. Bitch, y'all didn't want it. But
She was that.
another thing that we have to realize with prison is girls are safer in prison than they are out here. And that's the crazy reality.
Mm.
That's the crazy. Let that sink in for a second. I'm gonna say it one more time. Girls are safer in prison than they are out here. That's why a lot of girls real thin. And I ain't trying to promote going to prison. I'm just giving you the mentality of why girls go back as many times as they do.
Like, break that down.
Girl, the officers protect you in there because even though they don't want to, they have to. So you can walk around as your authentic self. Nobody's beating you up. Nobody's calling you a punk. Nobody's telling you to get the fuck on. All of that. And you're being nurtured with relationships, commissary, attention, boys fighting over you. But out here, girls is getting unalive, just living their reality. Boys is getting exposed when baby mamas is finding out that they talking to a punk. Straight women, and that goes to straight women. Straight women get so upset because they in their world, in straight people's mind, you can only be either all the way gay or all the way straight.
It ain't
They
no-
don't know that a world exists where men can be bisexual. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So they make it a thing, and girls come back to prison. I know it's a white queen. Her name Angie B. Angie B.
I thought you was
I've
gonna
been to
say
prison 4 times. Angie B has been to prison 8 times in the
Damn.
4 times that I've been, and she been going before I even ever thought about coming to prison. Cause she love it just that much. She'll get out, reoffend, catch a 2 year sentence, 3 year sentence. This time they gave her something to hold her. She got like a 55, and she but
Mm.
she was reoffend because it's easy in there. It's easy. Yeah, you gonna miss your family, but how many trans girls had just real strong bonds in the world?
Mm.
How many
What do
trans
you
girls
say?
had the support from their families?
What do
Most
you?
trans girls, when they come to prison, they broke, didn't have nothing going when they was out there. So coming in there, 3 hots in the car and some love from trade, they good. They don't be
What?
hearing from their families like that. A lot of the trans girls that
What
I
do you
know.
say to those who are only girls in prison? Out in the world, they live in they live in whatever life they're living, but then they go to prison and they become a girl to be in to be in that environment, and then when they get out, they're back to their normal.
That's because that's the stigma that we have. That's the stigma that we have that we hurt ourselves by trying to be so inclusive because we want everybody to be respected for who they think they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But at some point we have to govern it. Like when I came out, girl, we was dying to be able to say we was 24/7 daytime
Mm-hmm.
finish.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something you earned. You didn't just wake up in the morning, put a wig on, shake it, and say, girl, I'm 24/7. No. If you ain't on moans, if you ain't got a little bit of teeth, I don't even care if it was an ant bite like Tanina had. If you ain't in that, you know what I'm saying? If you wasn't in that level,
Yeah.
you wasn't recognized as that.
Mm-hmm.
You was a
You know what
drag.
I'm saying? So what we took it seriously, like if you notice our group and older, we take being trans girls way more seriously than the younger girls.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The younger girls, they get these Obama titties and they're a girl, but in underneath it all, you at your core, you don't feel like a woman.
Mhm.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So you catch them doing man postures. As soon as they get mad, they go into man mode. And I beat you up, bitch. This. You know what I'm saying? Cause when I came out in my core, bitch, you couldn't tell me I didn't think I was a woman. Like hands down, I am puss. I am a woman, bitch, and I'm fighting all of Texas to tell you that I'm a woman. You
And
know what
that's
I'm
the whole
saying?
other thing we got to talk about when it comes to transition too. When you transition, you it's almost like a newborn baby, a
Yeah.
young. You
Yeah.
have to grow into your womanhood, but we
Yes.
keep what transition look like so hard that it's kind of hard to transition into your womanhood because you're too busy trying to prove that you're a trans woman.
And see, that's the thing.
But in prison, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
I don't subscribe to the
Right.
whole we transgender. I don't subscribe to it because when I came out, transgender means you had a puss. I was always under the impression that we was all transsexuals. That I was 24-hour transsexual. That's what I was groomed as. You know what I'm saying? And I never seen any girls until Trini Kim. I never seen any girls that had the actual surgery. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So growing up, Pocahontas was a transsexual to me. We even had pageants, Miss Transsexual. Miko, transsexual to me. You know what I'm saying? Jody, transsexual. Silky, transsexual. You know, all those girls was transsexuals to me. Period trans. You know what I'm saying? So then when I went to college and came home, it was like everybody was saying I'm transgender. I'm like, huh? That's a plot twist.
Mhm.
Well,
Because
the T
the
is
journey
now that
doesn't match the name.
now
Oh,
the
but let me
thing
call you
is,
back. Let me call you back.
transsexual was what we were. And still is what we are, because transsexual is a person who is actually going through the processes of changing their sexuality as far as their sexual organs, which means, getting titties, taking the hormones, doing all that. Transgender now simply means the identity, simply means that I identify, which is why you have so many bearded queens saying, I'm transgender, I'm this, because they feel it's the identity, not the
See,
actual transition.
that's the confusion for me. Because
Yeah.
I thought transgender means you went from one gender to the other one.
No, transgender means you identify. Now here's the funny part.
You
They
identify
changed
as
this shit. They
I'm
changed this shit in the dictionary. They changed this shit in the dictionary. At one point, you could look up transgender and it says someone who identifies opposite of the sex they were born. Now it says very clearly someone who identifies differently as the sex they were born, which means that transgender includes this non-binary stuff, the cross-dresser stuff, it's an umbrella now, as opposed to being something specific, which is why we've gone back to calling ourselves transsexual, because transsexual specifically means somebody who is actually transitioning their bodies.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. Being that I'm starting the program, what is some stuff that y'all would want to see implemented in there that y'all think that we need to hone in on, or that y'all would be willing to incorporate?
My main thing is making it, which is going to be a hard thing to do, is making the outside world more appealing than inside. How do you go about making the outside world and
And
being
what we're
out?
doing to do that is aligning ourselves with places like Pocahontas, because now you have refuge. Whereas when you used to get out, you're just in the world.
Mhm.
So where am I
Right,
gonna go?
right.
What
And
am
what
I
am I
gonna
going to do
do?
when I get out?
So if we got people like Pocahontas coming in and saying, "Hey, I got a job for you. Hey, I can help you get clothes to your gender, what you feel your gender is." All
Mm-hmm.
of that is things that people that sends them back to reoffending to get.
Right.
You know what was important to me when I started House of Rebirth? I didn't want the girls to just walk into another shelter. I wanted them to walk into something that was different, which gave them a different type of experience. If y'all
Mhm.
remember the house that House Rebirth, the first house, was not just any kind of house. That house
Mhm.
was nice. And a
Right.
lot of
Yes,
girls
it
ain't had
was.
the opportunity to stay in those type of houses. The type of cars we rode in when we went places and stuff was really nice. The places we went, I was very intentional. Me and X was very intentional on like everything we did. It had to be an experience that most
Yes.
girls never got the chance to experience. Even when
Yes.
it came to like taking the girls to the salon for the first time, taking
Yeah.
the girls shopping for those. It wasn't just a little city train shopping spree or nothing like that. We would take those girls into Macy's, JCPenney's,
Mm-hmm.
Nordstrom, all those different stores. We wanted to give them something to look forward to have the ideal of what it looks like to try to do something different,
Yes.
while keeping them out of the mind frame to feel like they had to fight for survival in society.
And
And
so we're partnering with the Mahogany Project, partnering with House of Rebirth. I want when a girl get ready to say, "Hey, Pocahontas, I get out May the 18th." Pocahontas has the resources.
mhm,
Here's a $50 gift card to Sephora. Go get your makeup to start so
mhm,
you can be interview ready to look like your authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
here's some clothes from JCPenney's because Chloe and them came through with the plug on the clothes. Now you can look
Right.
presentable to present what you feel like your authentic self is, and you can feel comfortable in your skin.
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
Hey, Miko knows somebody that's the manager at Jack in the Box. She gonna hire anybody I send up there long as she know they gonna work.
Right.
Now,
And
when I
another
get ready to say,
while we're talking about jobs and stuff, another thing you have to get out your head is that you're going to give them this map plan. Let a girl sit for just like a day or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 to get their mind together. Let them decide what it is that they want to do, because when you have let a person decide the route that they want to go, it's more successful because it's a goal that they want to reach.
yeah, but I'm saying
Yeah.
they need the facilities there that'll push them on along,
Absolutely.
Right.
as
Set the
opposed
foundation.
to jumping out and having to figure it out. Now, prime example, I ain't trying to work Chloe out, but you see what Chloe just said. I'm getting out of jail, and I'm getting out of jail with what on?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What if her mama wasn't there? That means you have a transgender woman getting out of jail.
They could potentially be in harm's way.
What if her mama wasn't there? That means she would have had to get on city transportation or fend for herself in the broad daylight until she was able to get. What if Trey would have said, "Man, what the fuck you got on? Bitch, boom, there it is, fall case."
Mm-mm.
That's why
Just that fast when we could have all
And
those resources in
I was
place.
18 years old. I was 18 years old coming out of this there.
So when we can foster that handbook, where when they get out, I can call Pocahontas. Hey, Poca, I just got out. I'll be arriving in Dallas at such time. We have resources. We have financial backing through grants and stuff like that, and different volunteers and stuff like that. We can take them to their first meal. You know what I'm saying? We can take them to go get their. We can get a hookup. We can get sponsorship from hotels where they can give us temporary vouchers. Let them spend a night, one night in a hotel. They can just sit in a tub and just meditate and just have some alone time.
how powerful that is, what you're saying, and if it's actually done right. But a lot of times, what I've witnessed, and I don't want to keep going back on, like a lot of times, like these can change, is that you put all these resources and all these things in place, then you don't have the girls coming to get it.
That happens too.
So when you don't have a community of people, like you have all these resources, you put all these things in place and stuff, but then you don't have nobody coming to receive these services, or a girl get out instantly instead of like coming over here. I don't want to, because I had a lot of girls say, "Girl, I need help, but you need to just give me some money. I don't want to stay in no house full of trains." But girl, house is not just a house where you just like, I can give you money. You're gonna be in a hotel room for one night, but what about the next night? You're gonna have to do
That's
what
why the program needs to start inside the prison,
That's why we're
getting started and getting
we're trying to
prepared to
get the
get out.
program to where when y'all come in,
It's a
y'all
religion.
we're building a relationship.
Make it a
To where
cult.
they feel like this is my ally.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not coming home to a training house. I'm coming home to
Community.
freedom.
My
Right.
home.
Community.
I'm telling them, I'm coming
I'm
down
coming
to
home
home
to
girl
opportunity. I'm
that
coming
knows
home to a
me.
fresh start.
Yeah.
So once we condition their mind to get out of the stigma of what they think it looks like, then they can appreciate the resources instead of abuse them.
And
Because
they
you
need to
got to start with
also
the
know,
mentality.
they also need to know and be preparing way in advance before they get out what the plan is when they get out. They need to be prepared. What does outside life look like? I'm going to be getting out next year. I'm going to be getting out in 6 months. What in 6 months am I going to do when I get out there? What do I want to do? They don't need to get out and have it and be sitting and thinking, well, damn, now what am I going to do? No, you need to be sitting and thinking about, damn, now what I'm going to do before you get out. And you need to be
So
preparing before you get
that's
out.
where we're gonna come in, because when we have our one-on-one conversations, say for instance, they sit in and talk to you, Miko,
Mhm.
and as you're training, you're gonna learn how to pick up on cues of what they're saying. So when you're talking to them, you find out she really lights up when she's talking about doing hair.
Right. Yeah.
Boom. Now we're finna start sending you information about schools to get into to do
Right.
hair. We're gonna
That
start
kind of
sending you
Yeah.
pamphlets about this and how to.
Yeah.
We're gonna start the application process of getting you your grant money so you can get in cosmetology school. All
Right.
of that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what we need.
And
That's
So
another
what we
then once they get out,
thing outside of doing all that, you're gonna have to put a mental health counselor in the midst
Yes.
of the Because if you don't
That's
address
what we do. That's what my fiance does. My fiance right now, he goes into 3 units. He goes into Styles, Gist, and LeBlanc as a substance abuse counselor. That's what he specializes in. He knows he takes them through the 12 steps. That's his part, dealing with the addiction of it all. Because I've never done drugs anymore. I can't relate to you about smoking a blunt. I can't. And you wouldn't actually take me seriously, me telling you, girl, you know weed ain't for you. Now, if you got somebody sitting in front of you that's done smoked crack for 30 years telling you you can do this, you don't have to do drugs. There's a life outside of drugs. It sounds a little better.
But mental
Just
health
like
ain't just about the drug addiction of it all either. Mental
no,
health
no, 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 no. We're
all
talking about the
around.
mental health of it all, talking to people. He knows all the stuff with counseling. So he's gonna show me like, you know,
it's
a
not
lot of
going
times
to
we
it's
just
not
want to
going
be
to
heard.
a one girl ship. It's going to take community.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. We
Yeah.
got a
Yeah.
bunch of people on deck. I'm just talking to y'all about it, but we got a bunch of people on deck.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm
Impulse.
for
Impulse is coming in from the gay male aspect. They're dealing with men that live as gay men, black gay men. They're gonna come in and talk to all the black gay men. We got a Latino company out of San Antonio that's gonna deal with the homosexuals that's Latino, both trans and men. You know what I'm saying? Mahogany Project, you and Mahogany Project gonna work hand in hand. We got Marissa Miller. She gonna throw resources at us. So we got people that's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because we have access to come into the unit every day of the week and do programming.
right.
That's what we have. That's what the warden said. Y'all can come in and do programming every day of the week. So
That right there opens the door for so much opportunity.
Yeah, it does.
yeah, and they're putting the big light, they're putting the big eye on us because this is the alpha. So they want to see how this goes. So if TDC see that this is a way that they can piggyback that and make that into something they could do system wide,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like my ultimate goal would be to condition their mind to say, let's make one unit, nothing but safekeeping. Where they won't even have to be around. That way you can train officers how to deal with homosexuality in prison, all of that. Because when you have officers coming from different sides of the unit, different mentalities, and then you're tossed in there with homosexuals that's blatantly homosexuals, homophobia is real.
Yes.
One punk, one bunk, one punk, one bunk.
Yeah. And so they don't know how to deal with it. You know what
That's
I'm
what they come
saying?
around saying. They say one punk, one bunk.
And then you got all these prisons in these rural country towns where Bessie Joe, she ain't never had no man tell her she beautiful. You have this beautiful man sitting here looking at this woman that's built like a melted candle, telling her she Naomi Campbell. She get overwhelmed.
She
She
starts feeling
start
like
a
she Tyra
relationship with him.
Banks.
She start a relationship with him. Then when she find out he got a whole punk over here on the other building, there's the disconnect. Now she terrorizing. And because she's not mentally trained how to not come to work and do that, now she terrorizing the homosexual, writing the homosexual bogus cases, messing up chances of parole and all that type of stuff. I've seen it. I've been a victim of it.
And that's why we have to, first of all, we need to have a class on understanding transgenderism, understanding transsexualism, and separating it from this attraction
Yes,
to
because
men
I
and start building
want
around.
it to be to the point to where we have training classes for the potential officers. Like when they go through OJT to become a TDC officer, they need to come and have a course with us on how to handle homosexual inmates.
Mm-hmm.
I already got
That
that.
needs to be a prerequisite for an officer to be able to become an officer. He has to be able to pass our training. We need to be me and Pocahontas and a group of others. We need to be able to see and say that officer gonna be homophobic. That
You
officer's
know,
gonna be a problem.
But
you
there
know, I
needs to
did
be also a
a training like
separation
that. It
with
was called,
homosexual and transgender. There needs to be that
Huh?
separation.
I did a training like that was called decoding. So we need to go and reword some stuff and use it and stuff. Where I did training for like the Dallas Health Department, also
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Police Department and the Sheriff Department too, to where everyone that was newly hired, they had to go. I had to do one-on-one training with them on how to deal with transgender or interact with
And
trans.
see,
Yeah.
all of that, that's what we need.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because even though we're doing stuff with the inmates, we also systematically needs to, you know what I'm saying, train these officers, because these officers are the first breath that the inmates get with what the world is going to treat them like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
officers is treating you shitty, you're not going to feel encouraged to get out, because you're going to feel like that's going to be reality when you get out there to the world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now
Yeah.
these are separate. These are separate kinds of training, because I hear a lot of the homophobia, but there's also transphobia. And we need to understand that trans and gay are two different things and need to be handled in two different ways. And so trans should not, I don't think that, LGBTQ, yeah, we lump together, but trans are different kinds of things. Not all trans women are attracted to men. Not all trans is something completely separate. So we need to separate that from this homosexual of it all.
Well,
Because
handle me like a
Right.
punk. Handle me like a
But
punk.
that's where it gets murky, because then you're gonna try to
Special
convince.
privileges.
No, you're gonna try to convince them to subscribe to the lifestyle. They don't have to subscribe to the lifestyle to be able to differentiate what your sexual preference is. They just need to know how to respect you on surface as an individual.
But
You're
I
absolutely
think you can do all the training in the world, but it's going to be you're going to have to pick up a part to where you start planning policy changing. Because
Yeah, that's what we eventually want to implement. Like, officer doesn't need to know if I'm attracted to just men, or if I'm attracted to women, or if I'm non-binary. They don't need to know that. They just need to know, do not under no circumstance ostracize this inmate and make them feel that they're any different from a heterosexual general population inmate. That's the
right.
only goal. You know what I'm saying? And don't make, like, if Pocahontas was to get to be a silly with big old Brutus, don't make him feel like it's gonna be complications for having a trans as his silly. Because that's what the girls is going through now.
that's one
Because
thing
the
we
girls
all
is quick to say, "Oh, I want to go to population," but now you're in population, they can't keep sillies, because every race has a game that they answer to. With the whites, it's the Woods. With the Mexicans, it's the Tongos. With the blacks, it's the Crips and the Bloods. You can't openly, as a gang member, active gang member, have a punk as your silly and everybody be okay with that. You know what I'm saying?
and
So
I mean,
girls is getting moved around, moved around, moved around, moved around, moved around. And then it becomes a hassle to where eventually they're going to ask you, can you go back to say keep it? You know what I'm saying? Or you finding girls getting caught having sex. So now they're like, y'all wanted us to put you in population and look what you're doing. Or because girls trying to get over there to their husbands, he's sexually harassing me. So now they immediately got to move you. So then when the girls really is getting raped, really is getting sold to the Crips or sold to the Mexicans or sold to the white boys, they don't believe you. Because this bitch over here was trying to get into her husband and she just had that same excuse last week.
Mm.
So it's a lot that goes along with it, to where I just want them to just put them all on one unit. And if you feel that way, go over here where y'all can be y'all and the officers is trained to deal with y'all and there's no ostracizing.
but if
That's
you
why I
create
always thought.
a situation like that from
No,
being
because now they have it, because everybody want to be near their people or near in a unit close to their family members. So they have to put these safekeeping units all over Texas. And they're on straight units.
but I'm saying
So
like if
you
you
have the general population is all straight people with one little bitty section that's safekeeping.
I'm saying, but if you create a situation like that, how do you transition from being used to being in a space where you can be free to yourself and not have to deal with people, and to come into this huge world and having to deal with everybody not being safe?
What do you mean?
Like you saying, like safekeeping and putting everybody in one place to where I don't get raped, I don't get sold, I don't deal with like all the different stuff, all the extra stuff that comes with like being amongst other people. How do you transition a person mentally from being in a space to where they don't have to deal with people that's not like minded? how do you transition them from being in a space to where it's a space of people that look nothing like everything. The space is filled with people that look exactly like them, and to coming into a world where nobody looks like you, and you in this world by yourself, and you have to deal with all type of people. You don't became so accustomed to dealing with people that look just like you. You don't have to think outside the box. You lose what it looked like to remain, to have that mentality of how to keep yourself safe, or how if you notice that a heterosexual person is looking at you sideways, he got a bad energy. How do you
Because
transition?
the goal ultimately is we don't want to make prison comfortable where we want to stay.
Right.
We want it bearable, but we don't want to make it overly comfortable because when you give so much, it becomes complacent.
Hmm.
And then they
Transgender halfway house.
And then you also become a target because it look like you have a privilege.
Transgender halfway house. That's how when you are, if you have created these safe places for trans people in the prison, and they're used to only being around these people in the safe space, and to get out is going to be a shock because now you're having to face the world with all different kinds of people. The way you rectify
but
that is to have
you can make
a
you
safe
can make a
house,
transgender, but you can
halfway house.
make but listen, you can make a transgender safe house. It's a halfway house, right?
Right.
But you have to start fundamentally with their mentality.
Absolutely.
Because regardless of what you put in front of them as the resource, I can give you $1 million. If a girl has the mentality that hoeing is the way to go or stealing is the way to go, regardless of where she moved to, she's gonna do that there. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have her taking up space for recipients that need it, that are appreciated, because she just wants somewhere to go just to get out of prison.
That's
Where
why
when
you
we
start months.
in
That's why you
prison
get
with
them
my
started months
program,
before they get out. You get them. You have
yeah.
programs in there that are already preparing them for what they want to do. Like you said, if you know a girl want to do hair, or if you know she got a talent for this, you start preparing that six
But
months,
it
years before
also,
she's getting
but
out.
it also can fall on us as Pocahontas being certified as a counselor. Her going in now, she could write a report and say, I feel like this person is just working the system and saying what they need to say just to get the certification. Because we're going to be certified where we give them certificates where that's able to get them ahead in parole. This looks good in parole. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost gonna be like substance abuse training that we're doing, but on how to be a homosexual and survive in prison.
But you
So,
always gonna have some that's gonna work the system always. That doesn't mean don't do it for the ones who are really for real. You gonna have
but you
girls that's
don't,
gonna get out and
but
still try to work.
you don't hone in on the ones that's trying to work the system. You just deter them. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Like me and Pocahontas could sit down and talk, and we could be like, "Okay, girl, what do you think about Miko?" Pocahontas could be like, "Girl, I feel like she running game, bitch. I done heard that stuff before. She's saying all the right things, this, that, and the third, right?"
Mm-hmm.
So when we write our report, we can condition it to where if parole do grant her, tighten the reins, make her be on probation. I mean, on leg monitor.
Okay.
Don't deny her from getting out. Just make
Yeah.
it harder to where when she decides she wants to reoffend, it's a deterrent. Make it a
Yeah.
stipulation that she has to complete a program in House of Rebirth. So once she's engrossed with all this different stuff, positive reinforcement, that's like roadblocks for her doing something stupid,
Mm-hmm.
eventually it's gonna click.
Mhm.
Bitch,
Yeah.
y'all keep throwing all this shit at me for me to do it. It ain't no way I can't. Then when she gets to the House of Rebirth, she's seeing girls working. She's seeing girls getting their surgery the proper way. She's seeing girls recovering. Like she's seeing the Miko saying, "Girl, I haven't prostituted in 6 years. I know how to stop doing it. You can get
Mm-hmm.
over it."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Girls like Chloe, girl, go work over here. They allow you. They'll give you a gateway in.
Or if
Once
you're not
they
doing the
see
work,
that
yeah,
it can be done, instead of just people just coming in and telling them how to do it, when they
Mm-hmm.
see that it can be done, and you're showing them these are the building blocks that we putting in place for you to get it done,
Mm-hmm.
they gonna fuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Once outside organizations see, hey, they got a formula that's working, I'm fucking
Mm-hmm.
with that. I don't have to be gay to support it, but
Right.
I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking
Mm-hmm.
with the stopping the recidivism of homosexuals doing crime just to keep afloat. I fuck with that.
Mm-hmm.
and girls dying in the middle of the street. being found dead in the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once we start the motions of going in and talking to them, you get it. That's just like you. If you see a girl that does sex work, you can spot it. You can spot a girl that's in it for the money. You can spot a girl that's in it to get ahead. You can spot a girl that make the money. Just through conversation, you can spot it.
Mm-hmm.
Girls can tell you, by you being in it for so long, a girl could sit down and tell you, girl, I went to this city and I made this amount, I made that amount, and this amount. Sus, you the only girl that did that. I ain't never heard nobody else say they made no money in Jamaica. You the only girl made money in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like if we take in addicts to talk to people that's getting off drugs, we're all trans girls. We know when a girl got it in her. You'll see it. You'll see it through conversation. And as we coming in week after week after week after week after week, eventually you're going to crack through the armor. Eventually they're going to show their real self.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then you're looking at their disciplinary reports. You coming to the program, you telling us everything we need to hear, but you just got a code 20. You just had a contraband case. You're doing what you need to do just to try to make parole. Nah, we not fucking with that.
But then you also have to, as a provider, you have to also understand that like transition doesn't happen. You don't get it right the first time. So you have to make sure anyone.
Absolutely not. Bitch, do you know how many years I went through the ugly duckling?
Hold on.
Girl, everybody went through that phase, bitch, when you look like what the fuck instead of oh my God. Girl, yeah.
You got to make sure that you in support of them and like understanding and one, because we are women of trans experience, that you understand that like certain things is going to trigger other things, and that you might fall away, but when you are a true provider, a true leader, and someone who really cares about the growth of our community, you make sure that even when they fall back, you say, sister, you fell backwards. And that's okay, because bitch, it happens to all of us.
I just want to condition their mind to, because we all in this community feel like we have to one up the next girl. You know what I'm saying? That we have to be that it girl.
Mm-hmm.
And it girl, it looks differently. It looks differently when you get older. Like me, financial stability is the it girl for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Financial responsibility is the it girl for me. Anybody can tell me, Brady, you're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that all the time. You feel what I'm saying? But I get a kick off. Girl, you smart, bitch. I didn't know you was that smart. That's what words it out for me.
Mm-hmm.
I like being intelligent and people not knowing that you was intelligent and them underestimating you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I like being able to sit at a room and talk to people and I have something tangible to say on every spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just being a one-trick pony, only being able to talk about prostitution, or only being able to talk about, being gay. That ain't my end all be all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's so much more to me. I have something to say about politics. I have something to say about religion, something to say about architectural, fashion, music, so much other stuff that I have to talk about than my sexual makeup. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was telling you, Mika, like, I don't see me telling the officer, you wanting an officer to become personal with the person to find out what's their sexual preference.
No.
They're not going to encourage you to get that personal with an inmate.
That's not what I was saying. What I was saying
we
is,
can't hear you.
What I was saying, well, we're about to end the show anyway because we only got the last 2 minutes.
Can you hear her, Parker? I can't hear that she's saying.
Refresh again then, because I can hear her.
Yeah, what I'm saying is there is a difference between trans people and gay people, and there's a difference in between how you handle us, especially in the prison system, and that needs to be distinguished as opposed to lumping it all together as LGBTQ. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was saying. I was saying that there is a difference between trans people and gay people, and that distinction needs to be clear when giving this training to officers, that we're not just one thing. We're not a monolith. Homosexuality is not the same as transgenderism. We are two separate things, and they need to be treated as such.
So what is the difference that you want them to recognize? Because the overall goal is
to treat your person like human.
Respect. So once you umbrella it with respect, then that's universal.
Well, because
So once I can get past that, because
respect for a trans woman looks different than respect for a gay man, because a gay man understands he's a man. A
So if you,
trans woman lives as a woman. And
so
so
I
in
think
that,
we're talking
those
about
are two
respect.
different
We're
things.
talking about. I think we're talking about respect for me being a human overall.
yeah,
Right, and that's true.
We're talking about
But
what
still, trans women still need to be addressed as, for instance, if I'm in my transition, I'm on my hormones, it beats up on who I am, and it tears away at who I am if this officer is still calling me a he, like he calling the rest of these other homosexuals a he. I need you to understand that there's a difference in the way that you address a trans woman than you address a gay man. We live as women. And so if we're going to cultivate this thing where we're getting out of prison and ready to face the world, we need to be ready to face the world in our transition, in our womanhood as the women that we're living. And we need to have that confidence. And we need to go out of that prison cell with that confidence to know that, hey, yeah, I can be respected as a woman. I
so
can
the
get
flip
that kind
side
of
of that
respect.
coin is I don't need you to say she or ma'am or he or sir. Just call me by my name.
Well,
That's
you
all you
call
gotta
me
do.
by my name, but when you're addressing me, you still have to, there's still pronouns are always going to come up. Even if you're calling me by my name to somebody else, my pronouns are still going to come up. And so that's all I'm saying is if we're really conditioning these trans women to go out into the world and understand that they can be the proudest trans women, they can be the best version of trans women they can be on their hormones, they can go out into the world, they ain't got to be the prettiest, but they can step out into that world knowing that I can be respected as a woman. That is what helps that confidence. That is what gets them out into the world and helps them understand that they can live as that woman.
But they
And
need
that needs
some
to
of
be
that. They
instilled
need
into
some
them.
of that grit because
it's not
if
realistic.
they don't face it in there
Not
and they
realistic.
don't have that mentality to know what to do in those situations when it happens, they're gonna have rose-colored lenses. Then when they get to the world and
It's
it
not.
happens, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, what do I do?"
Well,
And
no,
then you're
because
gonna
we already know that it happens, and they know that it happens.
no, they don't
They
know that
just
it
need to
happened because
understand that it can be respected as well.
see that's where you dropping the ball. You keep assuming that they know that it happens. A lot of these people's transitions are starting in prison. A
Mhm.
lot of these people's sexuality is starting in prison because when they was out here in the world, they was Jerome, they was Kevin, they was Rufus, they was Broderick's. Feel me? When they get
But
to
there are a
prison,
lot of trans women like you who were already transitioning when they went to prison. Already
far and
the
few in
woman when they went to
between.
prison.
Far
So
and few in between.
I do think it needs to be a switch in the conversation while fighting to get people that would never really truly respect you to respect you. And like when we talk and having these conversations and stuff, I don't really want to put that responsibility on the guards or anybody else who don't
Right.
experience. I would want to put it on our community and learning how to love ourselves past the discrimination, the hate, and all the different stuff because I can't. If we fighting a battle that we're not gonna win when it comes to
Because
and then
my transition, my journey doesn't stop or start, whether
mm-mm,
you call me sir or ma'am.
mm-hmm,
And once you condition, that's the training that I want to give the girls. Don't let nobody else define your journey off of their ignorance. And we be so wanted to fight for, you better say she, her, and hers,
and then you fuck
that
around.
we get caught up.
You fuck
They
around.
don't respect you as a person. So once you force them to say stuff that they don't want to say, now they don't respect you as a person because now they mad about it.
But I think that goes along with just about any other sensitivity training that they give police or that they give in businesses or corporate place. They give sensitivity training on how to deal with this sort of people or how to deal with this sort of people. It is about respect, and whether we believe it or not, it may not be a big deal to us, but there are many trans women who are very serious about what they're called and how they're addressed because that's a standing that's part of their identity. And so I think that even if it's not necessarily about me trying to tell these police, you need to see them as a woman. That's not what we're saying. We're saying respect their identity enough to understand that that's how they live and that's how they want to be addressed.
But I
Not
feel
you
like
have
you
to believe
releasing
that.
you giving them too much power because if I tell you, you calling me sir, you calling me man, offends me, that's your first line of defense when you get mad.
Mm-hmm. But now,
Boy, man, sir, because you feel like I done gave you the power to know that that affects me by you not calling me anything. I don't give a damn what you do as long as you don't violate my person.
But that's what I'm saying. All of us are different. That's you. Everybody don't feel that way. Some girls are so
And I get it.
transgender dysphoria is a real life thing. Some girls
I
have
get
it
it.
so to the point where they want to kill themselves if they don't get rid of their dicks. They don't want to be addressed as men at all. They don't want to identify anything about themselves as men. And so again, that is part of our identity. And all it is sensitivity training. This is not, again, telling people that they have to address you or have to say, this is letting people know what transgender is, why it exists, why we think the way we think, why it is a condition, and how to be best respectful. That's respecting us.
and that's
It's not
it.
just,
That's all you can teach. That's
that's all we need to.
that training.
And that's all we need to.
But as someone with trans experience, it's a training you need to go to too. That even though I done gave this person that training, if you piss them off, you still gonna be disrespecting everything. You don't put yourself in a situation that allow them to have even more control. Because let's not highlight like, oh, jail. We even have rights up in fucking jail. The part of locking you up is because you done violated and they done put you in a situation to where they want to make you feel like you're a caged animal and everything like that. It ain't gonna be no peaches and creams where I'm gonna respect you for who you are and everything, but you got to control yourself
because my thing is, Miko, I want them to get the training that they need to be able to come out to the world and be productive. But we also have to stop making prisons so glamorous to where they want to keep coming back.
Not even
if
that.
they don't get that grit, that little ounce of disrespect,
being productive, being able to navigate through any system that they are part of, just life, period. Whether it's locked up,
because that's all part of social skills. You have to learn how to be sociable. You have to learn how to
learn. So
well, this is all wonderful, but we have to wrap this conversation up because we've gone over time. I want to thank you, Miss Brande Fox, for joining us and sharing with us. Y'all make sure, give your links and details so that they know how to reach you for this.
I sent it to Parker. She could do it. You know, I ain't computer savvy.
That's okay. I really enjoyed having you a part of this show, too.
Yes.
I did too. It's so good catching up with y'all, but we have so many big things popping. Give us like 3 or 4 months. We're going to come back with a part 2, and we're going to be telling y'all greater things have happened. If you want to be a part of it, inbox Poker, inbox Miko. It's a struggle, but we can get through it one heartbeat at a time. All we have to do is put one heartbeat together and make all of it clap together. And eventually, it's going to get louder and louder and louder. But if you keep sitting back, watching other people do it and not being a part of it, you just as well a part of the problem instead of the solution.
That's right.
There you go. Trans people unite. So thank y'all for joining us, and we will see y'all next week. We will definitely see y'all next week with a brand new
topic. Thank y'all for having me. I love y'all, and I'm so proud of y'all.
And this has been Transfusion. Night, night, y'all.
Okay, it's all.
Okay.
Yeah, Andy.
Oh, that was good.